today's topic is I want to talk about 5 tax myths that people have been commenting and talking about on the social media platform. And it's unfortunate reading through those comments how many people don't quite understand how our progressive tax system works. With my daughter's gymnastic meet today that is 4 hours away from us, and I don't want to miss a streak of recording, editing, and uploading in the same day, I'm recording in my car, and hopefully the audio comes out okay and is not too noisy for you. With President Trump promised on no tips on tax, with no tax on overtime, and implementing tariff tax on importing goods, I have seen too many comments on the social media platform that unfortunately are not quite true. The 5 comments tax myth are: bonus is taxed higher than the regular wages, overtime is taxed much higher, 30 to 45%, earning more due to promotion costs you to pay more in taxes, and interest on mortgage is a good way to reduce your tax liability by deducting the interest on a mortgage. And lastly, it's not fair that the rich don't pay any taxes. Those are the 5 myths I've seen on the internet. The reason people think bonuses are taxed higher than regular wages is because depending on how your company withhold your bonuses, it may seem higher, but in reality, they are not. Your withholding might be higher, but your actual tax liability at the end of the year is what you make for the year, not on that specific bonus alone. Unless you're a high income earner, in which case you don't watch my channel. If your bonus is over $1 million, with tax withholding, anything over $1 million is 37% withheld. But for regular people like you and I, our bonus don't get taxed more than your regular wages. They may get withheld more, but in the year, it will even it out. And for those of you who are working a lot of overtime, it may seem like your overtime pay seems to get taxed more, but again, in reality, they don't get taxed more, they just get withheld more because of the take-home pay, because of the gross pay that you receive for the hours that you work. But once again, at the end of the year, that's what counts, is how much you gross, and that determines your liability, not how much overtime you work. For the high performers out there who think you're gonna get taxed more by earning more, that's not entirely true. Since we are on a progressive tax system, you only get taxed more once you go beyond that tax bracket, not the full wage of your salary. As for mortgage can be used for tax deductible, that used to be true before the Job Act in 2017, but since 2017 Tax Cut and Job Act, with the standard deduction so high, it's more advantageous for most low to middle class Americans to take the standard deduction instead of itemized deduction. If you look at standard deduction for single married filing separately, it's $15,000. Standard deduction for married filing jointly is $30,000. And for head of household, standard deduction is $22,500. Unless your mortgage interest and your student loans and anything that is applicable for tax deduction is higher than standard deduction, it's more advantageous to take the standard deduction. Unfortunately, in America, we are fascinated with millionaires and billionaires. We seem to think those guys don't pay any taxes, and it's not fair they don't pay any taxes. But in reality, some low to middle class actually don't pay any taxes. If you look at people that have kids, people that are qualified for Savers credit, people that qualify for earned income credit, and people that qualify for child credit, at the end of the year, some household actually have refund more than what they paid in terms of tax liability. The government is helping the rich and the business to grow, but at the same time, they also help us low middle class as well. It's just unfortunate that the help is not significant enough where it gets our head above water. Tax system is complicated, And it's designed for the rich, it's designed for business owners and investors. But for you and I, it's fairly simple. But even that, I will need multiple episodes to go over different tax terminology, and hopefully you will be able to understand how our system works, how our tax system works, so that you can save more without earning more. And once you start earning more, you can pay less in taxes while saving more towards your retirement. I know tax is not fun. I know it is boring, but understanding taxes will for sure help expedite your financial growth, will help expedite your financial freedom. It feels so awkward. I can't even open my mouth with you guys in front of me. You guys are not here right now. It's just me inside my room.